Rob, how do people kind of generate an ideal plan around this idea of simplicity?
Okay, great. So three components to that. Leave that up for a second, Jess, man. Let's talk about tools, rules, and that big whale, your mindset. What's going on between your ears? So tools, let's start there. You got them pictured right here. And you talked about consistency. So the simplest way to go about it is realize that, okay, from a high level view, the more consistently I can measure the behavior of these, for us, stocks or options, the more consistently I measure their behavior, the more consistent I can be with my decisions around their behavior. And that leads to the more consistent outputs. So those are the inputs, set the conditions for consistent outputs from your trading system. And extrapolate that to hundreds, thousands of repetitions, which you're going to be executing over time. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. That's where that complexity comes into play. And, we talked about the tools. And the other night we watched a video on K-Band, but we talked about all these power tools, all the tools that indicate power in a stock's behavior and where they came from. We got two geniuses who got together and started this community with the most benevolent of intent, but they're super capable human beings who made some super capable tools. I dare to say along the lines of the simplicity in our lives, that the same thing that Google and Amazon have delivered in simplicity for us. These have made our trading that much simpler. So using the tools that have the best measurements of their behavior, but in the simplest format, in an elegant design, kind of like those Apple products we talked about a few minutes ago, they're the easiest for us to use and get right consistently. So the tools really, really matter. If you're using tools that, if you're using different tools every single time, maybe at one stage, hey, that's, Jim Cramer says, oh, you should get into this, tech stock or whatever. And sometimes it's, hey, what the charts are telling me, well, that inconsistency is going to show up in your results. So the ideal plan is you have a consistent, very finite areas for your focus to go as far as tools. As far as the rules that govern your trading decisions, make those as simple and repeatable as possible as well. You're a really good basketball player, brother, and you and I, we play pickup, we team up, and I try to keep pace with you. But you're a big Kansas Jayhawks fan. I remember it was 2008 you guys won the national championship in college. Okay, so basketball, pick and roll, one of the fundamental ways of going about, what's your mission? Your mission is to get the ball in the bucket. Easy as that, right? There's a bajillion different ways you could skin that cat and get it from half court into the cylinder. But pick and roll is a very common one because it puts the defense at a decision point and puts them, basically on their heels if you do it right. But I don't know, who's the most famous pick and roll combo that you can think of, brother, that just did it so elegantly?
John Stockton, Karl Malone, hands down. They did that for over a decade. And it is basic and it is simple. And a lot of people didn't necessarily like it. It's like I used to have some feelings around Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's hook shot. Like, come on, man, like do something else. Like, you're killing me. Yeah. But as I got older, I realized, hey, effective? Yes. Mastered that? Yes. And it created a lot of success with the basic combo of a pick and roll. Absolutely.
They practiced it to the point of simplicity. So as far as their behavior within their system, it's no different than us with trading. Look, there's this, we'll get into this in mindset in just a second, but the way you go about things matters. And those guys, yeah, okay, the ego could get involved and say, hey, we need to change it up every time. Jerry Sloan, their coach, could have said, hey, we need to spread the ball around and, we need to score in different ways, which I'm sure he said at some points. But dude, if you're a stock trader, Jess, if you have the easiest, simplest way to go about making money and making profitable trades, why would you deviate from that? Can you see any reason why you would change that up?
there's no reason when you have an effective system, or you've built out an effective trading vehicle that's going to get you to where you want to go, then there's no reason. It's time to stop tinkering. We talk about tinkering in the R&D department. There's no reason to look anywhere else. It is what I want to say. It's simple. It's automatic. It doesn't give you that same initial feeling that maybe when you first started stock trading and got your first big gain. And if that's what you're searching for, then you are trying to do something different. But if you really want, hey, I want to go from A to B, and we've talked about it in some of our other videos about really defining that path of where you want to go, and you build out a trading vehicle that's going to get you there. Any deviation from that is, let's say you're driving down the highway and you know that you've got to drive 100 miles on I-5, and that's going to get you to where you want to go. But heck, why not? Why not take every exit along the way and hope you can get back onto the freeway? Not all exits have entrances right there, so you may have to drive around for a while. And instead of taking you, an hour and a half to get there, it may take you 5 hours. You may never get there. You may get distracted by the sights. So do you want that in your trading environment? If you can get to your trading goals in a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, why would you allow the opportunity for that to then be 40 years, or allow that opportunity for it to never happen? So it doesn't make sense to deviate from that.
You're asking for setbacks if you do. So instead of that, just get a handle on it, get organized. We talk about this all the time. Just the simple act of writing out your trading plan and what your behavioral response to a stimulus is on a consistent basis. That's it. So K-band, trigger, J-stop. Maybe it's those three tools combined, and that's all you need to be effective and have an 85% gain to loss ratio. Okay. I mean, pretty much the work's done right there. You don't need to go much further than that. You're working on efficiency after that, but that's effective. And I mean, try it. Just try it with those three simple tools. Take a look at Trader Genius, and we've got Microsoft showing here, but we've seen this on Netflix, Amazon, Apple. Just look around for stocks around your household, as you say, Jess, and pick the companies that and then check them out on Trader Genius charts. They're going to show the same consistent behavior with the tools, and your rules around them. You can test those in a simulated environment hundreds and thousands of times to make sure that they work. Just like Stockton and Malone in the pick and roll, get something that works, get your bread and butter process for making money with this, and then go for it. So your tools really matter. Your rules, your behavioral responses to different setups with the tools on your chart, those really matter. But the intent, your mindset is what governs all of this. 80-90% of what's going to make you an effective trader. So your ideal trading plan needs to be written out with mindset chiefly in mind. So there may be, ask yourself if you're out there, maybe you have Robinhood. Why are you trading the stocks that you've been trading if you've tried it? Is it so you can so I can call up Jess, right? Is that why I'm trading, GameStop? So I can be like, yo, Jess, look at what I got, right? It's bragging rights. Or are you trading because that'll get you money, and then that money will unlock a trip on the weekends? Okay, cool. Or maybe for me, a little landscaping in the backyard, fund that project. Just make a certain amount in my trading account, move that over into the next home improvement project for my house. Easy day, but why are you trading? If you're trading for the ego-driven reasons like bragging or, to look cool, maybe attract a girl, I don't know. But if it's all emotional like that, it's ego-driven, then you're more likely to deviate from the rules and use these tools incorrectly, as Jess was saying. So Jess, when you trade, Are you more excited, or do you aim for like a calm, cool, and collected mindset?
Calm, cool, collected. We do videos, and I've done trading videos, and I was really impacted by watching myself, actually recording myself trading and seeing how calm it all is. And I actually didn't post the video because there wasn't a whole lot of value in the necessarily video, but my demeanor was so calm and cool that even the spoken words were a little bit quieter, a little bit slower coming out of my mouth, even though, day trading options is moving pretty fast. But having that where you're just calm and cool and relaxed, being able to be relaxed creates the internal environment to be able to make those good decisions. If we're white knuckle driving, we know that usually doesn't lend itself to positive results. White knuckle drivers, I used to be a driving instructor, they will tend to overcorrect when they get some sort of environmental stimulus that they need to move away from. It tends to be an overcorrection, which then can, lead itself into all sorts of slides and spins and have catastrophic events follow it. First, just relax driving, recognizing, hey, there's something there. I need to make a decision. I have the tools. I have the rules already built out in my mindset and the ability to effectively respond to whatever is being presented to me.
And okay, so that's what we're trying to arrive at, because that puts us in the best position to make those good decisions and to sustain that trading system. So let's close it out, guys. Give you a few easy ways to basically set those conditions. Make sure that you're going to be in that consistent mindset and you're not going to be behaving with automation. You're going to be deliberate with your decisions. One that comes to mind for me, brother, is rest. And we've struggled with that. We both have some head injuries from our former lines of work, and that makes it difficult to rest sometimes, difficult to focus. So hey, making sure that we get a good night's sleep, and if you're trading your stocks in the evening and you had a rough day and you're burned down, hey, take a pause, take a break, go hit the sauna, go hit the gym, get out of that mode, get a little bit energized, and make sure you're in that right frame of mind to trade with. One that I've shared with you in the past, caffeine. Caffeine is my kryptonite because it awakens all those echoes of the past that are like, just hard charger, go get it. And that makes me a little too aggressive with my trading. So there's a time and place for caffeine, but it ain't before I make my trading decisions, because this is my business and I don't want to be making clouded decisions with my business. And I'd say finally, probably the last, maybe the number one technique for making sure that you're keeping it simple and you're focused on the right things at the right time is logging your trades and giving yourself the feedback you need to learn from that last trade and expose things like caffeine or lack of sleep or feeling sick. Identify them, become aware of them so that you can condition them out and make your rules, your tools, and your mindset as simple and repeatable as possible. So anything to add to that, brother?
Yeah, the only thing I'd add on to that is reflection. So a lot of people trade, they go, oops, I went out of process, or maybe not even have the concept of process, like, oops, that one didn't work. I shouldn't have taken that flyer. I'm going to go look over here and take this flyer. Well, actually reflect on those decisions. So reflect on, why did I enter? Why did I exit? And what was the outcome of that? And build that awareness, because without awareness, we can't make decisions to change. So we need to, like you said, the trade log provides that knowledge base to be able to gain awareness. But that requires reflecting back on it and not just saying, ooh, I just took a 30% hit. I don't want to look at that one. Well, no, look at that one. Generate the awareness. Yeah. It doesn't feel good, but guess what? Does the market care about our feelings at all? No, and it doesn't matter, because it's all about getting better. So reflecting allows you to get better each day at a time to eventually to where you can't get it wrong. And it being your trading system, it being your mindset, your rules, and your tools, all being in alignment. It comes with having the awareness of what your actual behavior is doing currently.
Excellent. Thank you. I mean, 100%, brother. And you made me think of, let's wrap this up by circling back to that Apple analogy. Yeah, it's painful. It may not be easy to look at the big losses, and when the gambler in you takes over and makes some terrible decisions. But that's what all those dudes like Steve Jobs in Apple, did to make that company the behemoth that it is, and to make sure that it's quality throughout, because they cared about getting to where they wanted to go, making big sales, huge profits, and making something that changes the world. And if you want to get there, then your intent showing up to trade matters. So if you're trying to get to success and an income source or generate wealth or just fund that next vacation, hey, it matters. Put in the work up front to make sure that your system is super simple, and then just following through is all you need to do. You need to maintain the operations that you've been conducting with your trading system. That's how you get to Apple level success on a small retail trader scale or investor. So think about that. Look for areas of your trading where you have complexity and you get that decision fatigue. If that starts to come in, that's where your attention needs to go to improve. And then use other examples around you. Look, maybe if you have dueling banjos or a Stockton and Malone to study, just start to look where simplicity and elegance through practice have worked their way in and made people effective at what they do. Use that as a case study. And hey, there's no law against stealing a little bit of their pick and roll from Stockton and Malone and putting it into your trading system and your toolbox. So take that, run with it. Keep simplicity baked into every turn of your trading system, and happy trading. That'll set the conditions for stress-free trading and really enjoying what you do. And running a trading business can be fruitful and a fun time as well, Jess, man. So good talk today. We'll see you guys in the next recap of our reset training. Happy trading. Take care of yourselves.